There were some fights on the weekend, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention at all. Who was it?
Volkanovski fought on the weekend against Topura, and he got knocked the fuck out in the second round.
Volk did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's done, isn't he?
So all of the lead up to the fight, he was doing this old man routine. He was doing a bunch of campaigns, I think for Sportsbet or someone like that. And he was also showing up to the press conferences wearing his old man gear, which was similar to what Conor McGregor was rocking like the year he became mega famous. Like,
was he leaning into the fact that he's a bit older?
Yeah, I think there must. I haven't been following it too closely, but I imagine that either there was words said where it was like, "Hey man, hey old man," and he's trying to combat that by saying, "Yeah, I'm an old man that's going to kick your ass," or whether or not he was embracing being, you know, what is he, 35? Yeah, 35, basically on death's door. Going out there, doing his best. Apparently, I didn't watch the fight, but apparently the first round he looked really good. I think he was winning the fight. He just got clipped. So he's trying to set up an immediate rematch. I don't think they'll do that, even though he is the most dominant featherweight champion in history of the UFC. There's only been 5. You know, you got Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor, Volkanovski, this guy, Topura, and there's one that I'm missing. Who am I missing?
Oh, because he went up, didn't he? Volk went up to fight Islam.
Yes. So he went to lightweight, got beat up there.
Okay. That works in his favour.
Well, he doesn't lose anything.
Yeah.
Well, it makes Islam go up the lists.
He's always going. He's going straight to the top, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's the lightweight champion. Pretty much the most coveted championship at the moment, besides the heavyweight championship, is the lightweight one, because that's where Conor was kicking around last. So people all want that fight, obviously.
Still, yeah.
Featherweight championship. Okay, so Jose Aldo, inaugural. Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, I forgot. Volkanovski, Topura. There was Yair Rodriguez, but he only had the interim title, so we can count that.
Any other fights that I should be aware of?
Robert Whittaker fought.
Okay.
Paulo Costa.
Yeah. Against each other?
Yep, they fought each other.
I didn't know Costa was still going. Is he still as big as he always was?
He's scary, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a scary boy.
He's one of those guys that looks like he's carved out of stone. You know, there's like...
Yeah, I think he used to be a bit more cut, to be honest. I mean, he still looked like a statue, but yes, you're right. He beat him by decision. So they went to a decision there. Who else fought? Ian Gary fought Jeff Neal.
Hey, so is that UFC 298?
That's 298.
That was 298. So have they announced the 300 fighters?
I heard that was going to happen over the weekend, and then I heard nothing.
What was my claim? Who did I say was fighting?
Oh, we should make some predictions for UFC 300. That's a really good one because, okay, so they've announced, they did announce it. So Alex Pereira is going to be defending his light heavyweight championship for the first time against Jamal Hill.
Okay.
Zhang Weili's fighting, defending her championship, and Justin Gaethje, who apparently is the UFC lightweight champion, he's fighting Max Holloway.
Oh,
bloody hell! There's another sort of 9 cards on the fight already announced.
Oliveira.
So let's pretend, for fun, because we can. Oliveira is also fighting on the card. Yes. Let's pretend that they haven't announced the main event yet. And let's say that Dana's got a surprise for UFC 300. So there's a fight on this card that's missing. We can add it. A main event.
Okay. I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out because Holly Holm's fighting as well. She's way down the list.
Holly Holm, Cody Garbrandt, Bo Nickel, Bobby Green, Jessica Andrade.
This Yuri, what's his name? This I don't know what his name is.
Yuri Prochayak.
I hear he's a gun.
Yeah, he is a gun. And the reason that they're probably putting him there, I don't know what he's ranked, but in this position, when the light heavyweight title's on the line on the same card as you, it looks like you're getting the next shot because that's what lines up for the camps.
So what's his deal? Isn't he like some kind of samurai type dude in terms of? Doesn't he have like a weird martial arts background or approach to martial arts? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right guy. Someone, I thought it was him. Has this
I'm not sure.
Peculiar background. Anyway.
I'm not sure. But he was a big fan growing up of Fedor and Crow Cop, and so was I. I'm going to say we're going to get Brock Lesnar in, right?
So he was UFC 100, wasn't he?
And 200.
And 200.
Yeah. And Jim Miller, who is fighting on what looks to be the first night of the card, if you're reading this fight card, has fought at 100, 200, and will be the only fighter to have competed at all three. Jim Miller.
Unbelievable.
I didn't know. So
who
Dana's
it was.
already dropped that tidbit. He's a company man. Dana's already dropped that tidbit, which means Brock Lesnar's not fighting, let alone he's got other problems at the moment. Who else? Who else can we get? Who's a big enough draw? Conor McGregor's already fighting in June, so that's not happening.
And that's amazing. Why is he just is he blackmailing Dana White or something? How is this Jim Miller guy that I've never heard of on UFC 100, 200, and 300?
What do you mean blackmailing? Probably quite the opposite.
He's got 55 fights under his belt.
Yeah, and most of them, the vast majority of them, were in the UFC, which is incredible.
37 wins.
Yeah, since he was 12-1, so 11-1, he was in the UFC. That's 40 fights in the UFC. That's mental. Okay. He did go for the title once.
How's he staying relevant? Incredible.
Or did he not go for the title? He's a journeyman, dude.
Yeah,
he's been around forever and he keeps fighting. There's another guy like that you should look up.
I'm going out there. I reckon Jim Miller might be the GOAT. I reckon the availability issue and the
well, then you might want to look up a guy called Andrei Arlovsky. Andrei Arlovsky. Have you ever seen that highlight of the guy that gets knocked out midair by Fedor?
No.
So I think he's trying to throw like a flying knee and gets KO'd like midair, right?
How do you spell his last name?
Arlovsky, Arlovski, Arlovsky. So he's had
he looks familiar.
57 fights and
59 I've got here.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but they might not all have been in the UFC. I don't know.
No, that wouldn't just be UFC fights because he fought for everyone. Strikeforce, Pride, or no, maybe not Pride, M1, Strikeforce, Elite XC.
Yeah,
WSO.
He's coming off 3 losses.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 45, so.
Yeah. But he's come back.
What is wrong with his nose?
Well, he's been in 59 fights, dude.
It's completely. It's
in
like
that
fucking
picture there, it's
banana.
cooked. Yeah, in that photo on his Wikipedia page, it's absolutely cooked. You're right.
Oh.
He's amazing though because he's been around forever. Like if you go back in his fight history, he fought at UFC 28.
Oh my goodness. I mean, had they even sorted the rules out at that stage? Were they
Let's
still?
see who else fought on UFC 28, just to give you an idea of what was happening. Randy Couture defeated Kevin Randleman. You probably don't even know who Randleman is.
No.
Renato Sabrai, Maurice Smith, Josh Barnett, another guy who's amazingly still fighting. Jens Pulver. Yeah.
Oh, he went through a bit of a tear. Look at this. So he beat Brendan Schwab, Antonio Silva.
Yeah.
Or Schwab, is it? I don't even know.
Yeah, Antonio Bigfoot Silva. He's the one that, yep, big boy.
And these are all consecutive. Travis Brown.
Huge.
Frank Mir.
Yep.
Then lost to Stipe.
That was going to happen back then.
Lost to Reem.
That was going to happen back then.
Lost to Barnett. Josh Barnett.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Lost to Francis Ngannou.
That's fair enough too.
Lost to someone else.
Tybura? Yeah, he probably could have. He probably could have won that. Yep. And then he had a couple of wins.
Yeah, and then he's back on the winning train. But that's tough for him. I mean, And he was only 40 fights in. He still had plenty to go. He still had like another 19 fights after that.
Oh, man. No one should be fighting that much.
It's impressive.
So the guy with the most MMA fights ever is a guy named Travis Fulton. He's had 320 bouts.
No.
Mm.
No.
Mm.
How often was he fighting? Weekly?
Yeah, sometimes. So he'd be cruising around the regional circuits. So if you look at the early part of his career, it's like, oh my God. It's pretty wild. Travis Fulton. Fulton is Fulton. Travis Fulton, a ridiculous amount of fights.
Has he just fought everyone?
He's also got a professional boxing record that's, oh my God. He's also had
255, 54, and 10.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of wins.
10 draws.
He's had a lot of wins.
Yeah, I'll say. He's winning 5 out of 6 fights.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Does he fight
since
anyone that's
2019.
decent?
Well, he fought Andrei Arlovsky.
Yeah, okay.
He's pretty decent.
And that was recent as well.
Well, no, that was in 2014.
Oh, sorry.
No, wait,
late in his career.
No, sorry, that was wrong. Has he fought Arlovsky?
Sorry, that was when his record was 247, 49, and 10.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's... Oh, and it ended in the 4 minutes 59 in the third round.
Yeah, that's amazing.
With a head kick. He lost in the last second to a head kick.
Yeah, it must have been fucking knocked the fuck out. Can't
Whoa,
win.
That's not saved by the bell.
Can't win. No, they don't do that.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to keep persevering.